Hey, good morning, everybody. All right, so we're going to do a rundown of our indexes again, and then look at the crypto space, and as well as 6 new cryptos that were added to Coinbase yesterday. That's what we'll do in this video today. A little bit of housekeeping. Many of you know I changed my subscription service again. Guys, the main reason for that is I don't want to be I don't want to be selling something. That's not what I'm good at. What I'm good at is trading, and so I've just made it simple. If you're a paid subscriber, you get to trade along with me. You get to see all my trades, you get to see my portfolio allocation, you get to see when I enter, what I enter, when I exit, how much of that in my trading funds do I throw at one particular crypto. So either you're a paid subscriber and you trade along with me, or you're not. But there still is value in being a free subscriber. For instance, nowhere else except for on Substack did I put out that I was giving a free a trade alert. All right, so all my free subscribers get to see when I'm actually trading something. Now, you guys don't necessarily know what it is, but at least you know that there's activity from me. All right. And then if you want to jump in and just pay for the monthly and see what I'm actually buying, you're free to do that. You'll be able to see not only what I'm buying, but all my past trades. Those will be revealed in the by becoming a Substack subscriber. All right. Um, let's do the bluff. Bottom line up front, still bearish sentiment. In fact, the crypto space is playing out exactly as I expected it, which is a good thing. I do believe we are nearing a bottom in the crypto space. I'm not so sure what the market is doing. We're going to go over that in just a bit. And then we'll go ahead and talk about those 6 new cryptos that were added to Coinbase, and that's what we'll cover today. All right, let's get started. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Of course, the market has not opened yet. Again, I'm skeptical that we conquer this previous high. Yesterday, we did not do that as I anticipated. Now, I could be wrong, and we could, the bulls could take us over this previous high, and then we are in the channel and over the previous high and bullish again. All right. And if that happens, that's actually good for the crypto space as well. It means we actually, that coincide that data with our crypto space, and you'll see that we actually are near the bottom. Um, I am not exactly sure how the market and how this correlation is going to play out in the future, and that's why I'm watching it closely. But uh, long story short, today we have not conquered our previous high, and right now, if I jump over here, futures are selling. All right, so we are 140 points below where we closed yesterday, still up in the channel. We'll see if we continue to remain there by the end of the day or if we close down below and start our descent. I don't know. Can't, it's hard to really, the market space is not as pure for analytics as the crypto space is. Let's look at some of our other indexes for clues. Got the NASDAQ pulled up here. We're almost to our previous high, but haven't even quite reached that. So that still is a bear flag as far as I'm concerned, and still has the potential to drop down and test our support. SPY, S&P. All right, so we finally kissed our previous high, but could not conquer it. And a couple days ago, I said it was lackluster performance. What I meant by that is once we got to that line, the bulls have just tapered out. They've run out of energy, and it's more like a wah wah. And we'll see. This may not play out. This is kind of what I'm anticipating, but because the overall market is so manipulated, it's hard to tell. And when I say manipulated, not only am I speaking of intentional manipulation via bots, scripts, algorithms, but also manipulation by the amount of dollars that our Fed is printing. It is insane, and it's going to catch up with us sometime. So that is something that we all have to always keep in the back of our mind. One of the reasons why I teach technical analysis is because there will come a time although it may not be as popular right now, technical analysis I'm talking, there will come a time where it will become popular uh, because the bear market is coming, and the buy and holders, the people, the retailers who have just bought up stocks and think they're, there's a lot of people who I've talked to, and I can tell by the way they talk, they think they're so smart because their portfolio has gone up so much, and all they did was buy a stock on a whim, and it's increased. Well, yeah, great. I'm happy for those people, but they're not helping themselves any in the future by pushing out the possibility that they may not be as smart as they think, and they should prepare with other avenues and other skill sets to become more versatile in this market, because there will come a time that they wish they were, or they wish they would have learned some other skills, because the market crash is coming, and not only are we going to have a crash in the market, but at the same time the amount of money that the Fed has printed at the printing machine is going to. So let's say we're at what are we at right now in the Dow? 35,000. Let's say we go back down to, I don't know, 15,000. Yeah, that's possible, but it's even worse than it looks, because your dollar has lost value in the past 10 years. It's lost at least half of its value, uh, at least half, maybe more, 60, 70% with the true rate of inflation. So that 15,000 points on the Dow is really like six and a half, 7,000. And so it's a lot worse than people will even perceive it to be. And again, I'm not being a doomsdayer. Crypto is our future. I have high degree of hope in the way that the transition of traditional markets will take place, and we are laying a floor right now with crypto, and crypto will be at the base of everything. I think Web 3.0 as well. All of our interwebs will be on top of blockchain, and that is a good thing. It's going to uh, uh, it's going to save a lot of pain, and financially, that will be true as well. All right, enough ranting. Let's jump over to our leaders. Crypto. Where am I going here? Not crypto stocks. I do have a new category here. Bitcoin. Jeez, lost my train of thought. All right, so Bitcoin. I said it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. Remember, I said fall down. This is a bear flag. I sell the float, which I did. My founding members know that I sold that, and now all of you will get to know that. Any paid subscriber will know what I sold and when I sold. All right, I'm not going to do this 3 layers of subscription anymore. It's too complicated. Plus, it feels like I'm trying to sell something. I'm not, and I hate being that guy that tries to claim value that I don't have. All right. So I truly believe that if you guys see value in my content, then you'll be a subscriber. I don't have to sit here and say, I stopped doing all that too. Comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. You guys know how to do that. And if you want to do that, do that. But I'm not going to sit here and remind everybody and waste your time with all of that. If you find value in my content, subscribe. If you want to trade along with me, subscribe. All right, that's it. It's just that plain and simple. And so I'm not going to try to sell myself as something that I'm not. All right. So if you find value in my content, then you will subscribe. And I truly believe that. So enough said about that. Bitcoin is doing what I thought it would do. Sold up here. So again, not to repeat myself, the reason I didn't sell this first candle down, and the reason I held, is because I knew these are just bots setting off stop triggers, and that happens in the Bitcoin market. And so, there may be something to the spoofing theory that, bots also set up all, a huge wall, fake the market out. But along with that, stop triggers were set up all the way down here. So I knew this market would come back up, and I wanted to see confirmation. You can't get confirmation from one candle. You need two. And as I've reiterated a lot on cryptocurrency, you typically want two or three because the market never closes. So we got the confirmation that this was a bearish move. And so that to me is of high value. So if I set my stop trigger right here, yeah, I would sell everything, but I don't have confirmation. The market movers could buy at a huge discount and bring us right back over into bullish territory. All right. And that's the reason I didn't set a stop trigger for this. I like to wait for confirmation. I always have been that way. I do that with entries and I do that with exits. So not only was I able to sell at around the same price as I would have put a stop trigger, but I have the added value, which is huge, that we have confirmation this is a bearish move. All right. You guys understand that strategy? All right. And so now that I've sold and am mostly in cash, my subscribers know this. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to come down. And I believe that, there's a lot of support down here. I'm not sure how far down we'll go. 200-day, lots of volume here. BPVR indicating that. Another trend line that I've just drawn, not sure how significant it is, but it does look to be significant. And then a blue one below that. We have lots of support. And the bears seem to have run out of energy as well. So I don't think we're going to come too much further down, but that is still a possibility, and I'm waiting for that move. Our crypto fear greed index is at 29 right now. People are starting to relax a little bit. So keep that in mind. When people relax, that's when we have another shakeout, one last shakeout maybe. Who knows? Ethereum still looking very strong, although we can't seem to defeat that 50-day, but we do have lots of support under. We're above this line, above this line. I put out a trade alert yesterday. Was it free trade alert? The Ethereum Bitcoin pair, if you trade that, is looking very good. Actually, let's jump over there and take a look at that real quick. It's in my altcoin roll somewhere. There it is. All right, so we have so my target here, more conservative target. You should have probably, this is an entry about halfway to my more conservative target. All right, so I'm not sure how much you want to risk on this, but if you're trading the ETH BTC pair, I have a target of 10, 0.104 basically, and then above that there's a more aggressive target. I don't know how much I'd be willing to hold there. And that's where people are measuring from this top of this triangle to the bottom down here where the circle is, all right? And then they're going up here. So you might want to hold just a little bit there if you're trading that pair. All right, let's talk about the new cryptos that were added to Coinbase yesterday evening for trading, all right? So I don't know anything, to be honest, not much about any of these cryptos. The way I trade, and people ask me this all the time, well, why don't you do news on these? And why don't you do some, guys, one of the things I've been trying to teach about technical analysis is it's second order removed from price action, right? Psychology drives price action. All right. So what drives psychology? News. So that follows actually technical analysis. So you have price action first, then you have market psychology driving that price action, and then you have news driving market psychology. So I like to stay as close to the price action as possible. And that's why I do technical analysis. You can actually read the headlines before the headlines come out. The charts will tell you everything if you do it right. All right. And this is one thing that, especially you guys that are new, will begin to learn. All right. So, anyhow, I say that because a lot of these new coins, I don't know what they are or where they're coming from, but they've been added to Coinbase. So that first of all gives me some substance. Coinbase typically just doesn't add shit coins. And excuse my language. I'm trying to make this kid friendly, so that kids can learn as well if they so desire. And I do have some, actually. I have some kids who have subscribed and are following me, which is great. I hope they do well. IDEX, actually Fox is the first coin that was added. All right, so see, I can't find this coin anywhere else other than in Coinbase. No history. I can't do analytics on this. All right, so but that is coin number one that was added to Coinbase last night. Next one is IDEX. All right, some history here. Um, we have our VPVR indicating volume down here. Could potentially be a good buy. I don't know if you can find more history on some other exchange. Anytime these coins are entered into Coinbase, it's a risky venture for sure. You don't want to risk a lot because there's a pump and then there's a dump. All right, that's typically the way the coins go on Coinbase. Sometimes that dump comes right away, and sometimes it comes weeks or even months down the road. But that's it's all the hotness, all the rage, and all the phone traders are on their Coinbase app, and they're like, "Oh, new coin," and they put in their orders, and then it drives it up, and then guess what? The more experienced who know this is the price action, they've bought up it as well, and they're going to sell at the top and drive that price down again. All right, those are the guys with the money. All right, so MCO2 is another one, and now this one is from where did I got this price history from Gemini because it has a little more price history. So this is Coinbase, and it looks really ugly, right? But if we go to the Gemini exchange, we have the candles that have been replicated here. We have a lot of volume right here, and it looks like that is we're using that volume as support of sorts. I would say our support would be more down here. And so, free tip, that's a decent area to enter on this particular coin. I think Coinbase still is only accepting limit buys on this. I don't think you can market buy this, and there is some trouble with executing those orders from what I have heard and seen. Pols, POLS USD. So I pulled this data from Hubai exchange because that's where I had the most history. I can't chart off of this. So I have to look at the historical data. And right away, I found we have this nice trend line coming into play. And look at this. It's kind of coinciding with, actually, if I zoom out here, at this zoom level, it's coinciding with a lot of volume. So I do think that we, potentially come down and touch that trend line before going higher. But this seems to be a decent entry area, and I can do more analysis on this at a later time. Basically, for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to introduce some of these new coins that we are seeing on Coinbase. Always a good sign. However, that being said, I also did like the fact that there were relatively few, and then you could find the coins with this low market cap, and you could really play the volatility there. Whereas now, because capital is becoming more diluted with the many choices on Coinbase, you're going to have less volatility overall. And so if you like volatility like I do, and you like to play that, you may not have as much opportunity. But still, always go, if you like the volatility, go to the lower market cap coins, do your charting, do your analytics, and you can find some good price movement. Last one, okay, so I covered Spell. That was the last one, and then Super. Again, those of you who know anything about these, please post that in the comments. I'd love to learn from you just as much as maybe you like, and I learn more from you than maybe you learn from me. All right, that is our summary today. Still bearish overall, waiting for good entry. have some entries, and you can see those at Substack. Good luck all.